Read or comment. We are live.
Oh, yes. Live, live, live. What is up, YouTube? How are you doing tonight? Chana D, your Techno Dad here with a special guest. His name is Brian Tong. Say what up, Brian.
AKA BTZ. What up, Chana? What up, Techno Dad?
What's up? What's up, man? I'm so glad we did this. This is really cool.
It's about time, my friend.
I know. So, if you guys didn't know, people joining the channel, you guys don't know Brian. The little backstory is that I was selling clip speakers and on eBay, and I get an email about the speaker, and the speaker or this random guy was like, "What condition is the speaker in?" I'm like, "Oh, I've had it for like 2 months. I made a YouTube video about it, so check it out here." And then he's like, "Oh, I make YouTube videos too," and I'm like, "Oh." I clicked on the link. I was like, "Oh, I know this guy. I've seen it before. Cool."
Small world.
Dude, tiny world. And then like fast forward like a year, maybe.
Last year?
Yeah, it was last year. CES. And I like literally, dude, I was about to leave. I was like so tired. I didn't want to go to the LG booth. And I was just like, oh man, let me just go. Screw it. I was just so tired. I walk around the corner and who do I see? I see Brian Tong with the camera crew and everything. Oh man, it's crazy.
It was when we were doing our live stream where back in the day when I worked for this other thing, I would do literally a 1.5 hour straight up raw, real live stream from the show floor. And you were there and then we were like, wait, I know you. And then we're like, I bought my speaker from you. And I still use it today. It's perfect for my setup. I do wish I had space for like the 4-channel center channel, but my setup isn't big enough. But oh, I love it. It's great.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. The at the time they changed the lineup this year with some new stuff now, but the one you're talking about is the RP450C, which is the one I upgraded to. And that's right. You really need. I'm lucky. Like my TV stand that I bought in 2005, was able to handle that long center channel speaker. So I was stoked about that. So I know people are kind of joining in right now. Say what's up. Let me know where you're or let us know. What am I talking about? Yeah, let us know where you're talking from and what's going on. I got to mute this over here. I can't even see any chat. Who's in here? Clinton is here. So to see the chat, Brian, you have to open up
your actual page.
The actual page. And yeah. It's kind of weird like that.
No. I'm going to try and get to it right now while we're hanging out.
Say what's up. Say where you're from. And then let's start off with my question to you, Brian. When did you know? How old were you? When did you know that you were like extremely into tech?
Dude, I thought you were gonna ask him more more serious question, like when did you know? First of all, I've got nothing but for love for all peeps, but that sounds my brain's like, wait, where are we going? No. So what I was gonna tell you is when did I know I was in love with tech? My parents were both teachers, and so I was exposed to Apple computers really early on. In Apple computers, yeah, that's a lot of kind of the DNA of that I've covered and is what was my gateway into technology. But when they were teachers, they brought home an Apple computer. And so we're talking about like the whole green dot matrix screen. There was like a Summer Games Olympics that was like just pixels. And it was like Bruce Jenner's Summer Olympics. It was just like a stick figure throwing a javelin. And I think that was the first time I was really exposed to technology and I loved it. We got a Macintosh 2. SE. I grew up on Macs and I lived and was born and raised in the Sunnyvale, Cupertino area. That is like the heart of Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah.
But the thing about it is my parents were both teachers. So it wasn't like I came from like, my dad wasn't an engineer or anything like that. It was none of that. It was just a love for technology that hooked me in early. And then I was always a gadget guy. I was always shooting video before when they were on mini DV cam.
Mini DV.
And high 8 and high 8. I wish
high 8. Yeah, I remember.
My dad had one of those, and those were expensive back then, and they're big and bulky. But I was doing that. Mini DV was a big deal. When it went like that. It had FireWire. So I was always kind of like into video and technology, and I think it's always and media even before this whole YouTube game came about. So it's just been in my DNA.
That's really cool. What's really interesting is back in like 2005, my roommate told me, he's like, dude, you buy so much stuff. You should like do a review on and put it on YouTube, and hopefully someone will just send you free stuff. And this was before you could monetize, before anything. And
Yeah, yeah.
um I had like a couple of point and shoot cameras, and if you actually, I'll send you a link later. But any of you watching, search up my name, Chana De Silva, and go to that YouTube channel. Click on videos. You'll see a bunch of car videos I made with this Audi club. We'd like meet up, like 20 of us, and I had a camera on top of the roof facing backwards and one on the dash facing forward, and we'd like haul ass through like the what is it, the Malibu canyons and stuff like that. Oh man. And I put it to music, and it was fantastic, slow motion and shit. It was great, dude.
No, I think really there's just a lot of there's no better time, and yeah, it's really competitive, but I don't care. Everyone has to start somewhere. Don't, if you want to get involved in creating media as a hobby or a passion, do it, and then just see what happens. No matter what, everyone's creative juices, I think by nature, when we start off as young people, we're actually by nature built to create things. I mean, man was built to create things. And then, yeah, there's a point in time where you can choose to see if you can pay the bills and create things, or go in other directions that pay the bills, and you lose maybe some of that creative side. I'm not saying you're a failure either way, but there's a kind of a fork in the road at a certain age. I don't even know when it is. Actually, it's different for different people, where you choose like,
Probably,
I'm gonna
yeah.
right, you're gonna still stay and somewhat be creative. Some people kind of do a little bit of both, right? And some people completely say, you know what, I just want to make a good salary, and that's fine, and move in this direction. But maybe they've lost some of that spirit or that passion or that creative side inside of them. And so I just encourage people to, whatever it is and however you get to that, just tap into who you are. And I think it becomes more enjoyable. I mean, life is not all about the Benjis. That stuff comes and goes.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. I actually, when I started this YouTube thing, I got laid off like 2 months into it. And
Dang.
it was pretty funny. Like I was just like, "Oh, okay. Well, now what should I do?" And um I actually revamped my wedding DJ website and like doubled my pricing and went to like went into all that, and went to the wedding expos and, donned my shirt and bow tie and looked proper. And what do you know? I started getting wedding deposits for summer in like winter. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I can
Mhm.
do this. And so, and that was all when my YouTube journey had just started. So I'm like, oh crap. And I would go to like Amazon and spend like $150 on like $20, $30 products, so I can review stuff. And then when I got laid off, I'm like, oh crap. And then I needed money to pay our mortgage and stuff like that. And, they get the wife and kid and stuff. So I ended up liquidating like this whole table over here that's filled with synthesizers now was empty. So
Mhm.
I liquidated a lot of my studio stuff. I sold about like $6,500 worth of stuff that was just I didn't even use. I haven't used it for like 10 months.
Mhm.
And that's something I tell my viewers all the time. Like if, with these, 4K Blu-ray players, these sub $300 ones, they're really not so good. Like save up just a little bit more and get that $500 player because it's actually going to work. It's going to work as expected and that kind of thing. And I always tell people, hey, look, I'm pretty sure you probably got an extra $200 laying around somewhere. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how it all started. And I was actually forced into it. I didn't have a choice. So it
Well,
all worked out.
how about this? I won't go into details, but maybe I don't know if I necessarily had a choice going into this either. But that's all I'm gonna say. That's
Yeah.
all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
All right. So we got 39 people here viewing. What's up, everybody?
What's up,
What's
y'all?
up? Welcome, welcome. All right, we're talking about headphones, headphones, headphones. What do you like for headphones, Brian?
Well, Chana, you told me to come out here, and I love, we love, if you're into multimedia, right? You love movies, music, content. I think everyone here that's watching and hanging out with us, we're all cats like that. And so I just kind of have been playing around with three specific headphones that are three of the best ones, in my opinion, for this year. Whether or not they're worth it, that comes down to you, right? But I think what I wanted to start off with there's two that are going to be like pretty much okay, we got you, and there's a third one that stands out the most. But I think really when it comes down to the two best noise canceling headsets, I don't even know if I can fit them both in here or not. We've
Oh yeah.
got the Sony 1000 MX3s, right? And then we have the Bose Quiet Comfort 35.2s. And for the longest time, I don't know, Chana, do you use any specific noise canceling headset or not? Like even
No.
for traveling or anything like that?
No, not at all. Actually, for most of the traveling I do, man, is via car. So,
Well, then
yeah,
you don't want to do noise canceling when you're
no,
driving. That would be
no,
a no.
no. But I did spend the extra how much ever it was to get the 23 speaker 1900 watt Bang & Olufsen system in my car. So,
Hey, Scott.
I think I'm okay.
Scott P's repping. He's like, oh, I'm wearing the Quiet Comfort 2s right now. So here's the thing. I've always been a fan of like the Bose line. The Bose noise canceling line has always been the best until this year.
What happened?
So Bose has always been the lightest, the best feeling. They've had the best, like, since I remember the original Quiet Comforts, they were selling these headphones for $350. And I said to myself, there's no way a pair of headphones is really worth $350.
Up. I
Up.
actually have like 3 pairs of
But
headphones.
at the time, right? I was like, there's no way, right?
Okay.
This is when you're kind of like a kid who's like, okay, I'll put down for like $150 headphones, right?
Sure.
I'm all 300, really? But then I started traveling so much for work, on the go, doing media stuff, and then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll try these. I tried them out in an Apple store. This is a long time ago, and I was like, this is kind of magical. Like it killed everything. So I stuck with Bose. They're the lightest noise canceling headphones. They still really are, honestly, today. But then all of a sudden, last year, Sony with their MX2s, they started creeping up, and I'm like, this is interesting. They were a lot heavier, but they felt a little less comfortable, but their noise canceling was like really good, and they added all this new tech. And then all of a sudden this year with the MX3s, I was like, uh-oh, I think I'm going to make the change. And so these Sony MX3s, why do they stand out so much? Why are they so good? They finally really made this as comfy and as soft as Bose. I think for the longest time, the ear cups for Bose have always been kind of the standard of like the most softest, marshmallow, puffy, clouds on your ears. Sony finally got to that point this year. The other thing is like Sony is all touch buttons, so they do a lot of cool tech where maybe you care about this or not, but you slide up for volume, you slide down to turn it down, you slide forward to skip forward, right?
That's really what I wanted with the Apple AirPods, but you had to like touch it and tell it. So I'm like, okay, I'm in a crowded place. I'm like, volume up.
Yeah, no. Or you have to just go to your phone, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah. Hey, quick question. Is that the 1000 XM3?
Yeah. These are the XM3s.
Okay, cool.
These are the newest. These are the newest XM3s right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, Brody from Packed Reviews in the chat, and he was like, is it MX3 or XM3? So we just wanted to clarify. Clarity.
Yes. Now it's XM3. I'm getting all confused. My brain's all XM3.
Yeah, cool.
XM3.
It's WH-1000 XM3.
Yes, sir.
On Sony's website.
Yes, sir.
I just looked it up.
You should. There's this tool that we all have called Google. It's actually very compelling.
Hey, and that's what I say to people. They need to learn to GTS, which means Google that shit.
Oh, you know what happens when you have so many? Look, this is the problem with Sony. They name all their stuff ridiculous. Letter, number, letter, number, and imagine all the models of things that people that love tech are floating in our heads. At the end of the day, sometimes you switch a letter or two. It happens.
Right.
Anyways, the other thing, right? You got your touch controls. The cool thing about this, though, it has this adaptive noise canceling. So what I can do is, let's say I'm listening to them and hanging out with you, Chana.
Yep.
You can tweak these in the settings to hear. You can adjust the level of how much outside noise you want to hear mixed in with the audio you're listening to if you want. The other cool thing is, like, let's say you're in an office and you're using these, someone walks by and you want to talk to them, you literally have them on, and then you cup your hand over this ear, and then you can basically talk to the person right next to you. The noise canceling kills out. It uses the microphones in here. You can have a normal conversation that just shuts it down, the noise canceling here. I'm like, yo, what's up, Chana? Yeah, cool. And then you leave, and I take it off, and I'm back to my zone.
Oh wow, that's really handy. That's really cool.
There's actual functionality. Again, Quiet Comfort, QC35s were my jam, but as of 2018, 2019, this is the jam, baby. This is the jam. I don't. What's your go-to right now?
For headphones?
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Casual listening. These guys right here, Bang & Olufsen H6.
Nice.
They're the Generation 2. Wired because I'm a DJ.
Yep.
I can't stand wireless.
I'm there with you. I'm just saying when I travel, this is my travel buddy.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
People, what are you going to hunt for?
These are now those H6s were originally $350. I got them for $250 on eBay because I like to get a deal. You know what I mean? These ones here are the Focal Spirit Professionals, and this is actually what I use to if I need to produce music and mix anything, and I need to do a late night session. Like the kids right on the other side of that mirror behind me is the kid's room. So I mean, I say kid, he's 15. He's not like a kid. He looks like a grown man. He's taller than both of us, but he still acts like a kid. Anyway, so if I need to do anything like that, I'm using these Focals. These things are like the frequency response is straight across the board. There's no coloration. There's no boost in the lows. There's no boost in the mids. This tells you exactly what the music sounds like. And if it sounds like crap on these, it's going to sound like crap everywhere else. You know? Yeah,
that's the thing, right? I feel like the reason why I understand 100% why you don't use noise canceling, because it modifies the actual true nature of the music, right? No one really wants that, but when you're on a plane, you want noise canceling, right? I travel so much, that's why I gotta get a noise canceling. But I understand, like the purists out there, I'm the same guy that for the longest time complains about the headphone jack, because when I plug my phone directly into my car audio input, it's the best audio quality. Bluetooth audio, you can tell it's not nearly as full. It just doesn't sound nearly as good. And if you care about that, that's fine. We get it. Most people don't. Like when we say most people, like general audience.
The majority of people. The majority of people. I mean, I just looked at a stat the other day for our DVD sales against Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray sales in the United States. Ridiculous. It's like 70% of people in the United States are still buying DVDs. And then it's like 28% is for Blu-rays and like 2 to 3% for 4K Blu-rays. So I get it. Like when you say the majority of people, is people that they want to hear music, they want it to be convenient, and they want to hear it now.
You and I have talked a lot about home theater and like how much we love this stuff. And I even remember roughly saying to you, I'm like, we represent like 2 or 3% of the population, not knowing that stat about 4K Blu-rays, right? Yeah. Like not even knowing that stat. I'm like, it's easily less than 5%. It's got to be around 2 or 3% for that audience that really, really cares about that stuff.
Yeah. And then like, I've seen in a lot of like Facebook groups, and I'm actually going to make a video about it, but like people are like, well, I'm so glad I didn't invest in 4K because 8K is here. And I'm like, what? No, 4K isn't even here. So we still broadcast in 720, 1080. We barely can get that going on. So, it's yeah, exactly. 2% of the population. Oh,
yo, what's up?
Great news.
What's that?
Everybody's confirmed. Myself and my cameraman are confirmed for CES. Confirmation came in like an hour ago, or 2 hours ago, maybe.
Homie. I'll see you there, homie. I'll be there.
It's great. NVIDIA already invited me to their event.
Okay, fancy schmancy pants.
Hey, I got an email. That's all. I didn't do anything. I just said, sure, sign me up.
Good. Keep doing it, man. So here's the thing, right? I brought 3 headphones because you have those noise canceling ones. That's like my on the go, like, basically my day to day whenever I'm traveling, or even if I'm out at like a cafe or something doing stuff, that I'll use those. But these guys are really interesting. I think you should check these out. I don't think they're going to be your jam per se, but these are the Dolby Dimension headphones. Have you checked these out yet?
No, I've seen
heard about them, right?
Yeah.
So these are really interesting guys because they look like your normal headphones. One of the cool things is one of these ends actually wirelessly charges to a base. So kind of
I've seen that. I've seen that. It's very, very sleek.
Very sleek. But here's the catch with these guys that make them interesting, or what they're trying to do. Dolby isn't saying, "Oh, these are headphones to take you on the go. These aren't headphones that you should, you know, use as your day-to-day listener." They're really trying to target these as s this specific market, a guy or girl who wants to, like, watch movies on their home theater system, but doesn't wanna disrupt their family, and they wanna kind of basically have a Dolby Atmos experience in these headphones, but also similar to the Sony's, it has, you know, adaptive noise control where you can tune it to see how much of the outside world you wanna hear. So let's say you're a dad and you have a young one and you wanna hear if they're roaming around the house late at night while you're watching the movie, you'll be able to hear someone say, "Hey, like, what are you doing?" Instead of just getting, like, lost in your movie, right? So it has those adaptive features. There's even a cool feature where it can identify once you wear them, like, the TV is here. So if you walk around a room and you go side to side, the actual audio will change inside the ear. Like, it'll position it where you can, "Oh, I'm turning it this way. Okay, there's the front of the screen. Here's the front. Here's the front." They do sound really good from a standpoint. I'm not the type that watches a movie with headphones on because I'm not in that point. Like, I put up this home theater system. They're also $600.
Wait, $600? Is that what you just said?
Oh, don't worry, I'm returning them. I wanted to try them out.
Oh man, $600. That's rough, dude.
And
Ooh.
they're not comfortable either. They're like they're pretty stiff and hard. They're heavy, stiff and hard. The headphones, guys, the headphones. But yeah, I thought they were interesting though because I think if they can bring this tech and what they're trying to do into a more casual headphone, I think it's actually really cool. If this is their proof of concept, like I'm on board. It's just that the actual comfort of these don't come anywhere close to like Bose or Sony. But it's really, you guys should look it up, the Dolby Dimension headphones, because they're kind of really a unique offering in the headphone space.
You know, I saw the previews for that and or like the ads and stuff like that. And from what you say right now in your little example, I got the perfect thing because even last night I was up till 4 a.m. playing Call of Duty, and my wife is sleeping next to me, and I have the volume on 3 so that the gunshots
No,
are, you know, if I get to
no,
like
bro.
volume 5 or 6, you know, the gunshots are just just a little, you know, and we live in the mountains, and there's no sound. Like you walk outside, there's just a pin drop, you can hear it, right? So like anything just is loud. So that would be kind of cool. I don't know if I want to check that out for $600, but
You can, hey, you can ask them to let you check it out for $600.
yes, Dolby, if you're watching, send me the headphones. I'll charge you $600 per video. Boom.
It was an interesting, I again, the technology in it is actually really interesting. It's just that these aren't comfortable. The price is too high for most people, and it's really a niche audience. But there's a lot of guys out there that want to play their video games late at night. Forget if you have a kid or not, right? You just want to play video games really late at night and really loud. Yeah, you could use any other headphone set. I mean, quite honestly, when I popped on the Sonys and I was listening to them, I'm like, oh, they sound pretty similar, but this kind of just has, these are more well balanced. Sony kind of bumps the bass up a little more than I like, you know, so they're not as bad as Beats though. Beats really bumps that up. Like distorts the music.
Oh man, Beats. Let's not get on that. Let's not get on that train. But yeah, you know, I've actually, because it would be great if I had headphones on and they were Atmos, because you know, that content is in Atmos. Call of Duty is in Atmos. Connect that with the Xbox wirelessly, I would imagine, and then have like a little bit so I can hear what's going on. Because sometimes she'll wake up and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I can't just be like,
Yeah, no, exactly.
I still have to answer. So being able to like hear would be cool. And I got Dolby Atmos going on. So cool. Yes. Who said it here? Somebody said, Scott P. I could justify $600 headphones, but they better feel like clouds on my head. Ah,
Not
very good.
not clouds. I'll just call it more of an industrial design. That's what I'll say about it.
Industrial design. Okay. That's
Heavy, modern, rigid, cool, heavy, modern, and very rigid.
a lot of metal. See some duct work up at the top of the roof there.
Yeah, like this is not a soft piece. It's just no. This is like, look at this. This is like marshmallows in here. It's like marshmallows.
Oh man.
I love it.
Yeah, you know, these ones are like, these have like, it's like lamb skin or something like that.
Whoa, what? Dude. I thought we were talking about headphones, dude.
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
thought we were talking
yes.
about headphones.
That's it. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. And if they ever run out, you can get a new one. Remove the earpiece and get a new one. Fantastic. Oh man, let's see who we got here in the chat. We've got Scott P. Anderson, Novice Nick. What's up? I think I saw Tech Life channel in here. What's going on?
What are people that are listening? What are some of their go-tos? I'm just curious because it's fun to see. Look, I think now we're at a point where everyone kind of has their, not everyone, but a lot of people don't only just have their kind of standard headphones they use with their phone, but they kind of have their nice pair. What's your nice pair? It's kind of like, the fancy schmancy ones. I'm curious. I haven't checked out the Surface headphones right now yet. Have you?
No. I know Brody from Packed Review just did a review on the Surface headphones. We got Mobius by Audis for gaming. I don't know how to say that. Brody says the Surface are good, but the battery life sucks.
Like how sucks? Like 8 hours sucks?
I don't know, Brody. Let us know what's the time on that battery life for those Surface.
Brody.
Let's see, QC25 with AirMod, ZMF, or the Bomb. He says 15 hours. Will Thomas, what's up, guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think these get around like, some of these are supposed to get around roughly like 30 hours. So I could see who it's like, yeah, 15. I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. I mean, the only actual rechargeable headset I have is for gaming, and it's like it's at work right now. It's a Plantronics Rig XL800. It does Dolby Atmos, and that thing's got a 24-hour battery, which is great because I only game for like 2 to 3 hours at a time. So like I rarely charge that thing.
Dude, I'm jealous. Ever since I've gone indie, it's really hard for me to find time to gaming right now. I'll get in like for like half an hour and then I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm at that point now.
I believe it, dude. You're blowing up.
No, I'm just hustling. You got to do it. Just do it.
That's right. Just do it. Do it. Apple in-ear, they are discounted. Look it up. They're insanely good. Right on.
You know when you're talking about discounts though, again, the Bose QC35 2s are one of my favorites still. They just, I think today I read, they put out a $50 kind of holiday deal on them. So you can, instead of getting them for $349, you can get them for $300. That's a pretty killer deal, honestly, for these. And the other thing that they have is, I don't know how much any of you use this stuff, but they're starting to add, like the Google Assistant and Alexa on these actual headphones and stuff. So there's a button here that you can basically use to toggle to pull up the assistant and directly talk into your headphones, which then talks to your phone or whatever device you're connected to. So I think that's it's cool, but I still don't use that much.
A lot of these things, man, they seem really cool. Like I still don't have like Alexa set up anywhere.
Bro, Shauna, you need to come over because, okay, you're my boy, but like you got to get on that Logitech Harmony / Alexa tip.
I know.
That's for real. That's for real.
Well, there's a... I just set off my Echo here. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Shut up. Get out of here. All right.
He says shut up. Hey, what's up, James? What's going on? But has anyone tried the Klipsch Heritage HP3? I think those headphones are like $1,300, right?
Are you dead serious?
I think so. Oh, Go Penguin says they are discontinued, not discounted.
No, well, they haven't put out the new model yet. Aren't they for the QC35 2s? Those are still the current model. I thought that's what I saw. I
don't know.
Okay, we could use Google, or we could let the chat use Google for us. But
man,
dude, Chana, I literally walk into my home and I say, Alexa, turn on the Apple TV. Puts it on the input. My lighting changes the way that I want it to. Turns on my home audio receiver. Son, the input, the TV input, the receiver input, the lights, the device. Chana.
I know. I need to get on that.
2019, baby. It's the year of light.
Hey, dude, I got 4 jobs and then this YouTube thing.
I know. You're a
I
hustler too, man. I got mad love for you.
I had a music lesson from 5 to 5:30 here in this room, and then at 5:30 I went to go see the kids' basketball game for like 15 minutes. Then I ran home to do this. So it's it's rough,
Hey,
but
I'm not saying, I'm not saying
all in
like we should
time.
all have everything, but I'm like 2019. Literally, I think the Logitech Harmony remote, like the most basic setup, is like 129, 149, and you could get straight up. You don't even need a full on Amazon Echo. You just get like one of those dots for like 29 bucks, and you'd be smart homed out for your home theater. I'm really trying to push you on this.
Yeah. No, definitely, man. I like I said, it's just a matter of time. Like I've got some products in the guest room that still I haven't unboxed because
Totally, totally.
it's just a timing thing, you know.
It is. It is.
Um
It is.
and with the holidays and stuff, I did 2 holiday parties. I DJed 2 holiday parties last week. I hosted karaoke last night. I'm doing another holiday party karaoke tomorrow, and I have to work tonight and tomorrow night. And then when Friday comes, I get to shoot myself.
Don't, dude. Don't do that.
No, not gonna.
He's a hustler, baby.
That's right.
Love
That's
it.
right. And I barely sleep. And usually when I'm supposed to be sleeping, I'm on that Call of Duty train for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'm like, one more game. And that turns into like 3 hours later, like it's almost 5 a.m. It's time to close my eyes.
Okay, Chana, if you read the chat, you got to listen to your peeps. Andrew Stiegelmeyer said, yeah, home theater Alexa rocks. And Coach Cole said, second, the Alexa Harmony mix couldn't do without it at this point.
Nice. Nice. All right, guys. I'm going to definitely get in there.
Maybe that's what our collab should be. I should come over to your place. We should set that up.
Oh, yeah. 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 I just got some hue lighting up in the living room.
Yep.
Sad part is like the way we the fixtures we have for like the dining area and the kitchen, we can't use.
They don't fit. They don't fit because you got fancy light, but you got fancy light bulbs, don't you?
Yeah, we remodeled the kitchen like 5 years ago. It's just pretty nice, but I did get the she wanted under cabinet lighting, but when we did our custom cabinets, I guess there was like we dropped the ball in communication between the person ordering the cabinets and us. So the cabinets, the bottom came with an extra 1/4 inch instead of 1/2 inch. So we couldn't fit any lights underneath there. But now with the LED strip light from Hue, I got a couple of those. I just need to install them and then I can get some lighting in there.
That almost sounded like an ad. And now Philips Hue light. I was like, really, bro? Just kidding. Mark Wilson thirds the freaking Harmony Hub remote integration. I'm telling you, it's like a
oh my gosh,
it's a game changer. Like the smart lights are like the gateway drug to the home, right? Because like most people when they bought the Amazon Echo, because let's be honest, most people bought that first. Google Home to me is now is actually smarter. It's
really
what it is it comes down to like Amazon is the most open platform. It's compatible with the most things. So whether this matters to you or not, I just did some stuff on this. The Amazon Echo platform is compatible with over 12,000 smart home devices, okay? Google Home is compatible with 5,000. You want to know how much Apple's HomeKit is compatible with, if you had to guess?
5.
Pretty close. 500. So think about this. 12,000, 5,000, and 500, all right? And Apple doesn't support the Logitech Harmony. Apple doesn't support obviously like the Google products like the Nest, the thermostats, like the Nest stuff, which a lot of people jumped on board. So all of those flagship smart home devices, Apple doesn't support. So when you talk about Amazon Echo or Google Home, Echo has all the partnerships and it's actually really good. It's just that Google, as it's evolved, and whether or not you want to give all your information over to these companies, that's your choice. But Google's kind of like they don't support as many, but the assistant is smarter. So I see in time, although the market share won't change, I think the Google Home is going to be that thing. But right now, Amazon, which I use, is just killing it.
Yeah, actually, even my buddy Akash in the chat here. What's up, Akash? This is my buddy from like years and years and years ago. Yep. It's crazy. He's like, go Google Home, forget Alexa.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly have a Google. I've been trying to do the slow transition because I'm so used to Amazon, but the Google Home supports all the big stuff, supports the Nest, supports the Harmony Logitech setup. It's and it's smarter. So I think probably within the year 2019, I wouldn't be surprised if I just switch over to Google Home.
Mm.
Mm. And
Wow.
that HomeKit stuff, yo, as we like to say, that's a bad apple. Sorry. I had to drop it once.
Oh, he put it in there. Somebody put it. I just saw it. Oh, Andrew did.
Sorry, I just threw it in there once. I'm not gonna overdo that one.
That's great, man. I love that. And just hey, Akash, I know you're watching, and I guess everybody else can see this. I will be I'll be bringing those speakers down to you, buddy. End of January when I'm there for NAM. When I'm in LA for NAM, I'm bringing those speakers. So make sure you got room and pick up an AV receiver in the next like month. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing a little upgrade, a little bit of an upgrade, but that'll be saved for a video, so we don't want to talk about that. But anyway, back to the situation here. Do you think now? Do you use? I've seen you in a bunch of videos using your AirPods. Do you like those?
So my take on the AirPods, they are super convenient. The actual utility of them is really good, but that's where it honestly stops for me from a standpoint of I still don't like how they look. When they first came out, I wanted more, and I know it'll come in the next generation or better. You know, they need to add more actual functionality and control on them. I want to be able to slide up and down. It's a touch surface. I think they're pretty smart over at Apple that they can engineer that, and they're always going to leave stuff for us for Gen 2. But the actual product is really it's like very, very good, but it's not great yet. There's a lot of ways it can improve. Even the Bluetooth aspect of it, sometimes I don't know if I got a faulty pair, but I've had two because I lost one. It'll pop in and out randomly here and there, even if my phone is right next to me. I think they look goofy as hell. I still don't like how they look, but from a just like a quick pickup and function, like utility of like a pop in my ear, they're really nice, like really nice. And I think most people that have them really love them. And you don't actually know what you look like when you have them on. So I think that's the biggest thing, right? You got these like toothbrush heads sticking out of your ear.
Yeah, it's almost like they're like mini Q-tips, just
Yeah.
that you just forgot to take out or something.
I think they're gonna the next generation, and like Andrew's right on the money. I think the next second gen ones, I hope, are gonna be really good. You know, there's a lot of rumors about them being sweat proof, maybe having some level of noise canceling. They still haven't talked about if they're gonna add any more touch functionality on it. I think that's the biggest thing. Just give us more control, and they'll still look the same, but that's just the way it is. But I think they're a really good product, honestly.
Yeah, and even Andrew says like black would be more conspicuous for sure. You
Yeah.
know, I
Yep.
think the bright white is a little much. I don't even use them. I bought them, but you know what? I did buy the Bang& Olufsen version, and I did buy the little Sony ones. And honestly, like those two just didn't work as well. You know?
Like just the you mean from a standpoint of just the connectivity or what?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, the
yeah.
connectivity. They needed an app on your phone to work properly, which means
No.
you could only the Bang& Olufsen ones wouldn't do it.
Mm-mm.
What?
I
No?
don't like that. I don't want if you have to use an app to
Oh,
make it work
yeah.
properly, hell no. Like, come
Yeah,
on.
which means you couldn't use it to, like, Bluetooth to your laptop, which is
Yeah.
what you could with the AirPods, so I think they reign supreme in that aspect of, like, just working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And that there's something to be said about that. That doesn't happen with all the time with Apple, but they try to do a good job at that.
Yep, yep. Let's see, we got Jabra Active 65Ts are the business. I haven't seen those. Oh, those I know that brand, Jabra. They make all the sport ones, right?
Yeah, Jobber. Yeah, they do some good ones. The Jaybirds, I think is it did they just come out with a fourth one? I'm really curious to check those out because I'm okay with fitness. So here's the thing, right? I guess it sounds like first world tech problems, but I guess the AirPods are like the daily beaters, and then when I work out, I have the Power Beats 3s because I like it how they wrap around my ear because I'll
Mhm.
like shoot hoops, and I want it to feel secure. I'm not gonna work out with AirPods, and a lot of people that they don't fit everyone's ears too, and I guess no headphone really can per se unless you put different nubs inside of it, but
Yeah.
with
Well, I had some stage ones, and like you there was this like foam, and you squish the foam down and stick it in, and then it expands. But I actually have a very big problem with earbuds, and that is like my left ear canal is not as big, so it always just falls out, or if I jam it in there, it starts chafing, and I'm running, and it's all messed up.
That's a personal problem, Shauna. That's a personal problem. We're here to talk to the larger audience, not your
Not the 2%.
dude. That might be like a 0.5%, honestly.
0.5. Well, you are right. The I just looked it up. Jaybird X4 are out. Wireless sport headphones 129.
Yeah, they killed it with the threes, and so I'm just really curious how those sound.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, what do we got? Beats give me headaches. Too bassy.
Dude, it's they make the bass sound like crap though.
Oh, look. Eric says he has the same problem with earbuds. We've gone up from 0.5 to 1% now.
Fine. I'll give you that much. Fine. 1%ers, 1%.
1%ers, yeah.
Now everyone's gonna be like, yo, it doesn't fit in my ear too. My left ear's messed up too, man. I just started some.
Oh man.
Hashtag ear hole.
Ear hole. Oh man. Too much.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
As a DJ, how many times do you think you use the DJ air horn per,
dude, I never use
wedding?
that shit, bro. I never use that shit. Are you kidding me? No. Come on, let's be real here. Oh man, that guy, the DJ guy, DJ Calvis in Office Christmas Party, hilarious. Fly, fly, fly. Love it.
Man.
Never use that, man. Never use that. I'm old school, man. See this thing back here? That's just all records. So
It's badass.
I learned how to do it on vinyl. Back then there was no air horn button on the mixer. Well,
Yeah,
at least not on my mixer. There could have been, but not on mine. So.
You know what? Honestly, I'm sure someone's done it, but I'd actually be really curious of the origin or where the DJ air horn started. You know, like, was it in the East Coast or was it like some, it's kind of corny to me, right? It's kind of corny when you think about it. So, was it some young kid that was like coming up and like, oh, this is gonna be hot. This is gonna be hot.
They just know he just had an air horn.
Yeah, I like what is the origins? That I would be fascinated about that.
I'm part of like the Serato DJ forum. I can definitely ask that. Anybody know where the stupid air horn came from?
Like where the origin, how it came to be. It's really interesting. It's so iconic.
Yeah. Probably is just something lame. Like,
oh really? Yeah, it always is.
I just brought an air horn and needed to get somebody's attention because there was no microphone or something like that. I was like, burp, burp, burp. Okay, listen up.
I totally believe it. And people are like, yeah, do that.
Eric said I started it, obviously.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Oh man. Andrew says you'll hear air horns in Jamaica every 2 to 3 minutes. What's that about? Why?
Transition between songs. Sometimes it's like, oh, I don't want to spoil. I was gonna say something about Aquaman. I should just shut up right now.
Oh yeah, no.
Don't talk.
I mean, I'm probably not gonna see it until it gets to 4K Blu-ray, but
yeah, you'll be another 2%, just like your ear hole, man. 2% of the population buys the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. The left ear smaller issue that buys a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray is really small.
Oh man. Yes, we're an elite group. Elite with a couple of threes in there.
Eat.
Oh man. Yeah, it's funny. Wait, I just totally got lost. What were we talking about?
I don't know. I'm just here hanging out with you.
I totally lost it, man. Was it 4K Blu-ray? Oh, right. So we live in this small town. Like literally, I text you. I'm leaving my son's basketball game, and it took me 4 minutes to get home because the town is 4 square miles. That's it. It's tiny, right? That's not including the ski resort. So the movie theater, we have to see a movie in the theater it's only there for 1 week and then it leaves.
What?
Yeah. Like that's how bad it is. So it's like if we don't go see it there, then we just have to wait till, Vudu does like exclusive stuff. Or whatever, or it gets out on disc. So it's pretty rough, dude. So if I miss it, I miss it. But last time I went to the theater and saw something there was Ready Player One, and like one of the side surrounds on the right hand side was blown out.
Uh-oh.
Anytime something was coming through, it was like blank, blank, and I was so distracted. I was like, oh, I can't even enjoy this freaking movie because this is just in my ear. I mean, it was on the wall, like way over there, but it was still like it felt like it was in my ear.
That's tough, dude. That's tough.
No good. Looks like Eric is seeing Aquaman in IMAX 3D Saturday.
Woo, enjoy it. It's sick and it's sick. It deserves to be watched in IMAX because when the director formats the shot specifically for IMAX, you got to go see movies like that. You just got
Yeah,
to.
yeah, and the IMAX enhanced. I wonder if that's going to
Mm.
be something interesting to look at.
I mean, there's not too many of those out there, right?
Only 2 discs so far, and they're like documentaries.
Yeah, yeah.
But Sony just sent me a TV to review, and it's supposed to be getting the IMAX enhanced update. Hopefully, I will be able to hang on to it long enough for it to get the update so I can check it out. I don't know
That's cool.
Yeah.
So would you have to have a special player that supports IMAX enhanced format also, or no?
No, the your standard 4K Blu-ray player will play it.
Okay,
The
okay.
only things you need for it are the TV or projector, and the AV receiver and the content. The players
Mhm.
will play it fine because the audio is actually done over DTS:X. So that's how the IMAX enhance is delivered through DTS:X.
Yep, yep. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Still just waiting on the content. Just like 8K TVs are here and there's no content. Still
I
waiting.
mean, they showed 8K TVs over at CES, I think like 3 years ago. Like they'll always show Sharp had a huge like 120-inch 8K TV, and they're always going to show you stuff that's coming way down the line before it's even remotely ready for the consumers. Yeah, we'll see more 8K TVs this year at CES, but it's not here.
Yeah.
That's like 4K just kind of started to get here roughly past a year and a half, maybe. Would you say here? It's not even here yet. It's like here, right?
I mean,
What do you think? I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't even think so, actually.
well, with the amount of more 4K TVs coming out by like Hisense and TCL,
Yeah.
and I think Toshiba started putting out TVs again too, right? Like budget TVs. I think we're gonna see, like a spike in like internet internet service providers having to like offer more bandwidth. You know, I pay for 1,000 down up here, so. And I live in the boonies, so I can imagine people are getting like T1 lines to their house, which would be awesome. What do you got, Brian? What do you got up there?
Oh, I gotta go with my 1 megabit internet over here. Well, I have to because you know what? When I do a lot of the live streaming stuff and I'm pumping out 1080p from a live stream, I got to make sure it's on point. So when I do like the Apple cover stuff, I got to make sure it's on point.
Oh.
Which my live streaming switch, I got a little slap on the wrist by YouTube for like 3 months, but they just flipped the switch like yesterday, so I'm back in business.
Oh, nice. Nice. You naughty. I don't know what you're doing over there.
Well, you don't want to know.
No, I don't.
You don't want to know.
Oh man. Let's see. Oh, I got a question in here. What do you think about the X900E a year later? That is the Sony. It was like a mid-range price TV. I sold mine like 2 months ago because I was buying the newer one, but I hear like there's a couple of things I didn't like about it. It was who was this question from? Franchise 254. So basically what I didn't like about it was that the operating system, which was the Android, was just really clunky and slow. Just maneuvering around on the remote, it just took a while. It was nasty. But they just updated that. So did you get the update or did you not update? Because I think it's still like a USB update, and the over-the-air update will happen in like a couple of weeks, maybe beginning January. So I'm not sure. But other than that, picture quality is great. Motion handling is fantastic. The newer version, the X900F, added the X1 Extreme chip and added Dolby Vision, and everything's a lot faster on that TV. So it was good. The new one's a little bit better, but just marginally better. And there you go. There you go.
Boom.
That's right. Boom. Boom.
Wow.
Yeah, Akash is like, no 12-bit panel yet? No. And, I was thinking about doing this for a video as well, because we were just talking about 8K. And in my newest video, I'm going to shoot it tonight while I'm at work.
Hey, yo, if you got a double dip, you got a double dip, man.
Straight hustling, right? I wrote the script already, so I just need to bring all the equipment and stuff. Yeah. Like, we just get so micro LED is, in my opinion, going to be the OLED killer. Everything that OLED has, that's great. Everything that LED has is great. Samsung has it, LG has it, Sony has it, but they're calling it crystal LED. And from what I hear, the Sony one actually packs in more pixels per inch. They got more PPI. That's at least that's what I was told.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we'll see if that's true. But I think they're going to, like, 12-bit panels. I don't even know if we're gonna get that. Like, they're gonna try to, like, push 8K, and they're gonna, these big things, like you saw it, right? The Samsung, the wall last year.
Yeah.
LED.
Yep.
Like, I think maybe like 2 to 3 years, maybe at the very earliest, we'll see that get to a 55 or 65-inch TV. It's still going to be like $8,000, right? Right. And I feel like that'll happen. And then maybe a year after that, we'll get HDMI 2.1, and then maybe a year or two after that, we'll finally get a 12-bit panel. So it's like these little marginal increments, but nothing like huge. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I mean, look, even 4K, to really to honestly see the true benefits of it, you basically have to have a larger than a 65-inch screen anyways, unless you're sitting up really close to it. So that's the thing. Like, yes, I think photos will look really killer on these displays more than anything. But from a standpoint of the actual video content that we get, look how long it's taken us to even get to 4K HD content delivered to us. It just came now, whether it's streaming, and I always will choose the physical format over that to get the inkiest blacks that I can get, right? You know how we do it. You know how we do it, baby.
That's right.
Seriously,
Inky
right?
black in the house.
I don't want none of those artifacts. No, get out of here, right? And so we're just for people. I can genuinely get excited about 8K, but to me, 8K from a mainstream consumer standpoint, 4 or 5 years away from being an actual viable format that we're going to see content. Even we're not even getting 4K content over just the airwaves for sports. We're not even there yet. So why are we even going to care about 8K yet? It's exciting, but over in Asia though, they're shooting with 8K cameras. That's the thing. Not here in the US. Like, some of the Olympics were shot in 8K.
Yes, they were. They were, right? I believe they said that they were broadcast in 8K. And as far as, like, yeah, we don't get that now. If it's shot in 8K, just trickling down, everything will look great.
True.
Watching 1080i, like, we have that resolution.
True.
I mean, like, I'm still on the hunt for a good demo disc that was shot in 4K and has a 4K DI. Like, that's really hard to find. I found Allied, which is on the way, and it was shot in 4K and in 6K with the 4K DI, but that was a movie from last year. Like, nothing from this year is like that, and I'm kind of like, I'm a little upset. Yeah. I mean, I understand the effects-laden movies, they're only going to render those in 2K, so the whole movie has to be in 2K, even though it's shot at 4K. So even then, it's going to look better, but can I get some all that 4K? Can I get a 4K everything?
No. They don't want you to have it. Hey, Chana, so as a segue, Coach Cole's all Tech and Tong podcast coming in 2019, which reminds me that we need to record our podcast.
Right. That's right. I just dropped it in. It says Tech and Tong podcast happening once we finish.
Yeah. So Coach Cole, if you follow any of my content or people that are watching and listening, I have a YouTube page at youtube.com/Brian Tong. But as I branch out, I also do my own audio podcast that's Patreon supported. You can listen it to for free or support it, but it's called Apple Bits with a Z. But you can even just search my name and you'll find it. But Sean and I are going to record a podcast just right after this, and then I'll post it within the next day.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, email me the link. I'll put it in the description of this video later on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that.
See, look at how much it's pretty much. We've been on for an hour already, son.
That's crazy.
Feels like half an hour.
Yeah, no, it does. Hey, when you're, hanging out and chilling out, everything, time just flies.
Time flies when you're having fun with your friends.
That's right. That's right. What is this? Eric says shot an 8K with the 2K digital intermediate. Oh, was that the Olympics? I'm not sure.
Coach Cole, thanks for subscribing already, man. Nothing but love. He's like, already subscribed. I'm like, damn.
He's already on it, man.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So what's up, dude? You want to end it now?
Yeah, let's call it a wrap. And then, because I still got things, we both got things to do later tonight. So
that's right.
So yeah, let's call it a wrap, and then we'll record our podcast, and then people that are watching this, they can check it out then too.
For sure. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys know me, Chana D, the Techno Dad. And now you know Brian Tong. If you didn't know him before, his link to his channel is in the description. And yeah, I want to thank you, Brian, for taking the time out and do this. Thanks much, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me. I mean, we've literally organically became homies because we've run into each other from an eBay transaction. And then we ran into each other in person at CS, all not planned, not like, hey, let's meet up. It was like, what? So this was bound to happen.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. We'll set something up this year for CES. Maybe do like a mid-show chat. Hey, we should do a mid-show live stream at one of our whatever hotels.
So you're asking me to come to your hotel room already, bro? I mean,
hey,
I just met you.
And the cameraman.
Just met you, dude. Just met you. It's
like I don't know about that.
Hey, you bring the chips, I'll bring the lotion.
Yeah, giddy up.
All right, let's cut this.
All right. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Take care, everybody.